You are now in tune with the broadband bullies.
Yeah,
Let's go.
money talking over here. I don't understand the broke boy. We don't even speak the same language. We view life from a different angle. I put my flaws on Front Street, so they cannot put me on blast.
No.
Bdpp came home, turned the trap into a podcast. The best damn podcast.
You already know what it is.
The best damn podcast.
This is what we do.
The best damn podcast.
Let's go.
The best damn podcast. We the greatest, we the greatest. Tell them haters they can hate us.
Yes.
Never switch up on your homies for the latest sensation.
Don't do that over here.
Keep calling us toxic, screaming out, change up the format. Now watch how they copy us. Numbers jumping through the super chat.
Next year,
The best
720.
damn podcast.
J-Dub.
The best damn podcast.
Left.
The best damn podcast.
And MM2K.
The best damn
Let's
podcast.
go. Yes, sir. You are now in tune with the broadband bullies.
Yeah,
Let's go.
money talking over here. I don't understand the broke boy. We don't even speak the same language. We view life from a different angle. I put my flaws on Front Street, so they cannot put me on blast.
No.
Bdpp came home, turned the trap into a podcast. The best damn
You
podcast.
already know what it is.
The best damn podcast.
This is what we do.
The best damn podcast.
Let's go.
The best damn podcast. We the greatest, we the greatest. Tell them haters they can hate us.
Yes.
Never switch up on your homies for the latest
Don't
sensation.
do that over here.
Keep calling us toxic, screaming out, change up the format. Now watch how they copy us. Numbers jumping through the super chat. It's
Don't do that shit,
the best
720.
damn podcast.
J-Dub.
The best damn podcast.
Left.
The best damn podcast.
And MM2K.
The best damn
Let's
podcast.
go.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're gonna play a couple of highlights for the week, and yeah, get the show cropping when the room is filling up.
Sir. You are now in tune with the broadband.
Me on blast.
No.
Bdpp came home.
Podcast.
We the greatest, we the greatest. Numbers jumping through the super chat.
Next.
Shit, we done had so much shit. We got these Twitch streamers out there still. Another one. Now, I don't know if they're doing this shit here for shock value. We had good brother Noah out there cooning the cabin.
But my man Albert Pinello, shout out to him, you know, good follower of Tim Dogs. He said if you really look at the specs, the machine was clearly designed for PSVR. This box is perfectly spec'd to provide PSVR games at the same quality level as the base unit. He says, I think the problem is PSVR never took off quite the way we expected, and 4K came up faster. And it's like, what the? Now, mind you, Albert Pinello is speaking on the competition's VR platform in their particular mid-gen refresh. Now, he does not offer his fan base VR.
He only work, but no. He only work for the, they fired his ass. He only work for the company no more.
Cancel that bitch. I'll buy it.
Hey, Al, you my man too, Al. You my man, Pinello, but you let anybody immune to this shit with the best damn podcast.
Anybody can get it.
We don't know how to make a consoles. We are the inventors of DirectX. That's my man Albert. But yeah, he out there motherfucking cooning and capping and shit. Know what I mean?
How do you earn a living?
Well, right now I'm working on diesel most of my work.
What the hell was Colt was talking about though? I got this Colt shit on my screen.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and read the tweet. It's been 7 years and I'm really enjoying Batman Ark.
while I wait for Spider-Man because it was back in September. This game looks great in 4K. It doesn't look or feel like last gen, but little did Colt know that Batman at the time was 1080p.
Arkham Asylum simply doesn't support 4K screens at all, beyond scaling up a 1080p image. Yes, that's right, it relies on the same 1080p target as a base Xbox One.
Yeah, buddy, I said, hey, be wary of those come bearing gifts, man. I told you, listen, man. Listen, shout out to Colt for the foolery and fuckery. He still got 1,000 hours in Crackdown. Fuck is you talking about?
Period.
Shit, that's high time, man.
Yeah.
David Jaffe goes to war.
Ain't nobody immune. Say, yeah, buddy.
If there's something that I want to strive to be on my channel, is fair. It's incredibly important to me that I remain fair. I have it.
Xbox gonna work now, you guys?
Cause was it last year? He was
Gaming, and specifically to celebrate gaming with Owen, and then a year later cut to his bedroom and it's crickets because it's like, Owen, we love you, buddy, but there's nothing to fucking play on Xbox.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're back with the Best Damn Podcast. I'm talking, I got my damn mic muted. As you guys come in, type your name. I don't know what the hell happened, how another video popped up, but, it'll be, we still working, work in progress, for sure. But like I said, as you guys come in, type something in the chat, we can shout you out. We start today's, show. Damn, it was already episode 4. Time is flying, man.
Yeah,
time is flying. Time is hauling ass. You see, time waits for no man. We're gonna have a great show today. We got a bunch of stuff for you guys, man. That we don't put together. You know what I mean? But like I said, as you guys come in, hit the like, we would shout you out. You can start starting these jokers out. We get in with today's show.
We got the nail bat. What's up? We got Philip Scene.
Made the like button on damn so. Yeah,
none of your goddamn business is in the house.
What's up, baby girl? Yes, man.
Steph, keep it. G, what's going on? Ray Song, Miss Fee, Tip Diamond, what's going on? Main UPT, what's going on? Johanzo, we got Majin Guy Goku, always here. Game in Despair, Cake Battle, what's going on? Link 2K1, Laquan, what's going on? NYT Music is always in the house. Viewmaster, EK Site, what's good with you? Jordan Myers, Dark Lord Fusion, what's going on, my brother? Who else we got in the house? Sound, we got Josh, You Hero, we got King Reaper, what's going on? AJ Felton's always here. Brian Gaming, 706 Gamer, what's up? Noah, what's good? Wraith World, what's going on, brother? Demise Cheeks the Freak is always here. No Russian and Daniel B. Y'all hit that like button.
Yes, fine preview. We're gonna have a great show today, man. Before we get into the actual show, there's something we get a few topics we're gonna go over. What Moss in here? Moss, Neff?
Yeah.
We're here.
We're here.
You guys back there hot in the coat room closet? Quiet as hell.
Hey, don't start your shit.
Yeah.
Don't start shit.
We got, what's this, Astral Chain? Astral Train reviews. What else we got? Astral Chain reviews. What else? Joker.
Oh, yeah, man.
Joker's knocking out of the park, like I said. Look, it's Joaquin Phoenix. They're going in that dark direction, and it's a brand new origin. It's an original story. So, you know what? I'm hyped for the film, and I can't wait. And it's getting 10 out of 10s across the board, not just out of a few, across the board. And it even had, I think, an 8-minute standing ovation when they showed it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not expect that. I'm gonna tell you.
I knew that movie was going to be... Rock's going to take an L on that movie.
Oh, yeah, he's going to take a big one. Yeah.
He's going to take an L on that movie.
He's going to take a big one on that. See, here's what I see what DC's doing, which you got to find your niche. You got to find your product placement, as I say. There goes that business talk out of me. I think DC realized that they can't out-Marvel Marvel.
Yes.
So they're going with their own niche. DC's best foot forward in this shit is the dramatic stuff. Titans is fire. You know what I'm saying? As an example. So the fact that they're portraying Joker in this more dramatic light, I knew when I saw the clips earlier on, I said, this is going to be a good movie. Didn't know that it was going to get tens of, across the board, but I knew it was going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
That's an Oscar-winning movie. Like,
that's
I guarantee
crazy, bro.
You're going to win Oscars and all that. But here's the thing about DC. The problem with the DC is, yes, they tried chasing Marvel's tail or whatever, but Warner Brothers kept interfering with the artists and everything, the directors and all that. Now that they took, their foot off the brake and just let them do what they do, they let James Wan make that Aquaman. They let whoever made Wonder Woman just do her own thing, Patty Jenkins, I believe. Mm-hmm. Now you see the quality rising.
So this Joker pretty much trumps Heath Ledger, correct?
That's what, bro. Listen,
I need to see it for myself for that.
I mean, I know. Like I said, who was slamming? Was it Porter Rock?
It was Porter Rock and
I know Porter Rock.
It was Garrett.
All right, Porter Rock, Garrett. And also, I told you I'm gonna get my uncle on the show. He's a huge...
Garrett said that was a straight to Netflix movie.
What? We got my uncle was a huge comic book guy. Like I told you, like that's his DC and Marvel knowledge is impeccable. Now I listen from what he do a lot of DC slander, so I'm kind of picking more of a Marvel guy, but he swears he's neutral. He said, I'm not going to see that shit in the movies. I'm going to catch what book is it? Was it pulling from the Red Hood? No one knows where the Joker got his origin. He told me today, look, this motherfucker gave me a 15 minute score. So, Uncle called me and shit. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give you a little backdrop. Me and my uncle were night and day. What I mean by that, my grandmother raised, my uncle's maybe 14 or 15 years older than me. But we came up and they said we grew up more like brothers and nephew and
he's
uncle.
Your brother uncle?
Yeah, my brother uncle. Yeah, they say, look, I told you I always give you guys a layer of my onion, man. Put my flaws on front. That's my brother uncle, right? But make a long story short. So he called me today. Now, he was a cop, right? Blow up body instead of me. Wild Wild West. Some of you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Now, I guess as we've gotten older, we've never been, we've always been night and day, but now he wants to be my friend. So he calls, all right, boom, boom. All right, the Joker preview. Just to start the conversation off. I got a fucking 10-minute curse out and then a 5-minute scolding, right? And but why this joke? Why he put makeup on his face? It's not a Joker. Got his makeup. It came from the Red Hood. He fell into a bat acid, and no one knows the Joker's name. And I'm like, oh my god, Batman doesn't even know the Joker's name. I'm not gonna see that shit. Curse me the hell out. But I was telling you, got 5 stars. People were saying it's the best Joker ever. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a different interpretation. Comics always have different and all that. I see nothing wrong with them doing a different direction, doing their own thing. I think that's dope. I really do.
Yeah. And if you're a Marvel fan, galaxies and universes and shit, man.
My understanding is that looking at DC movies versus Marvel is more so on the cheap. They don't go as dark as DC movies, at least from my understanding.
And that's
Marvel is on the cheesy side of things, and you know what I'm saying, a little bit. Spectacle.
Wait, hold on. I need to clear this up because Von Lamont drunk ass is in the chat. Von Lamont, the whole point of Batman as a character is he doesn't kill. That's what drives him as a character. Him killing, that's like a flawed Batman. That's not even a good Batman. Facts. No, I don't care for that.
Facts.
All right, go ahead, Mass.
Yeah, I always said that DC needs to embrace the fact that their characters are a little more rough because what they saw was Marvel going out of their way and doing all this, the dropping in the funny stuff, and it was selling. So they was like, we're gonna make our movies the same, the whole Batman crying and seeking out Superman and all that. What? Whose Batman is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all know me. I have an entire desk. My entire desk is made into Batman.
You got a Batman shrine,
right? So I'm looking at it whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this?
This ain't Batman. He ain't going to see. Batman has plans to take out every single Justice League member, including himself. And y'all think he really I need Superman? Nah, bro.
He gonna cry over Martha, yeah.
Right, come on, bro.
He gonna cry over Martha apple pie.
Also, he was a piece of shit throughout the whole movie. Batman has had Robin die or whatever, but he's never become just this plain murderer. That isn't the character.
Yeah.
If he becomes a murderer, then he's no better than the Joker. He's no better than any villain he takes down. That's the whole point.
He's human, but I mean, okay. This movie has nothing to do with Batman. Nothing. Now, I would like to see what they do in the future. Would they tie them together? But like you said, what caught my attention, they said this should teeters on the line of a goddamn horror movie. Like some of the stuff he does in this movie will have you squirming in your seat. Like he really did his thing.
It was Buck Wild, yeah.
Yeah, like he really, you know, went all out when it came to this movie and his role. And like I said, it's one thing, like what Keith Ledger, and I understand it may have gotten a little more hype because he died during the making. So listen, to be fair, I think he was the best Joker ever. People try to give it to Jack Nicklaus or whatever. No, I think
it's Heath Ledger.
The performance that he put on, you know, was better. But they said he really got into the role. He wasn't washing his ass for weeks and days. He was grossing Jokers out on the
He was disgusting.
He wasn't staying in the mental hospital.
Mental issues after that.
But I think he had his own demons before then, but he really got into the role. Like he was actually grossing people out on the set. He wasn't watching it or nothing.
Well, you know, a lot of actors say when they take on those roles like that and they become that character, man, a lot of them have to go to counseling after because it really affects them, you know.
I wonder what this new actor have the same effect. Will that role have the same effect on him in terms of his mental? If it's this like dark.
I haven't seen
like the same type of dude. Yeah. Like his method of acting is not really method acting. That's true. He just takes on the character persona. Like Heath Ledger and what's Jared Leto. Like those are just mentally crazy dudes. They have to
really get absorbed.
Become their character.
Yeah, exactly.
To make sense to them.
You got to call them the character's name in real life and shit at Subway and shit. Yeah,
right. Like his name at Starbucks is Joker.
Yeah, exactly. You like the wrong name on the cup, man. Your ass is getting kicked.
Like Mr. Joker, Mr. Puddin, like that. Like those are the type of dudes I think are different than Joaquin Phoenix. He's more of he just is able to embody characters well. Whereas those dudes are method actors.
So will this movie transition into like another Batman movie?
I want to go time together.
I think this is a standoff. This is a standoff.
Yeah, and that's what worries me. Look, I think we're gonna fall in love with this Joker. We're thinking he's gonna be great, right? But you're never gonna probably see him again. Like this is a one-off thing.
Right, like they've established very much so that
the problem is it's not money.
The Joker in the DC.
Yeah, it's not even money. It's Joaquin Phoenix doesn't do shit like that. Like he does his one movie and he's done. He does independent movies.
Yeah, but here's the thing, because I guess they have to restart it anew. They got a new Batman. And, they're gonna have a new Superman, and the ultimate goal is to tie all that shit together, right? Endgame, you know. Yeah. Like Marvel has that. It's one thing I can say what Marvel's done. And this is coming from a novice guy, you know. I don't really, you know, of course I know the basic stuff about comic books, but all along the way, you see little Easter eggs leading to the next movie, to the next movie, to the next movie, till you got to Avengers Endgame. You know what I mean? The Red Skull, you know, Captain America, whatever, Civil War, and I, you know, not for nothing. From the casual point of view, I thought that was an Avengers movie, but it was actually a Captain America movie. You know what I mean? So they, you know, with the characters, they all appearing in cameos and from Ant-Man, all in the movie, like I said, till you get to the end of Endgame. You know what I mean? So again, that's what DC. That's the problem. Like I said, DC is running Superman. What I think is, I don't really know if anything else, and I ain't counting one man's pocket. But I think he should. I wish he would have stayed. You know what I mean? Because I like this. What's that? Was Man of Steel? I thought that shit was dope. Now people complaining about him breaking old Zod neck or something, but goddamn, like he punches his Joker through the chest.
I didn't have a problem with that, honestly. Yeah, but no, people actually known to kill.
Yeah, he killed the Joker. Then he punched the Joker through the chest or something when he killed.
Oh yeah, but that's when he does the injustice shit. But like he's been known to kill. Like it's actually Batman who doesn't.
Oh, I don't. Since you say that though, Z, somebody in the chat said Bruce is the little boy that Joker makes smile in the trailer. And shout out to McNeil, Chris J with the $4.99. We are halfway to our movie tickets to go see Joker. Hey, where the truck is, Sean? Laugh out loud. Watch Mask. This fuck nigga think he well versed in everything. Laugh out loud. He don't know what the fuck. He said he don't know what the fuck he be talking about.
Shit.
That's a super chat already.
Yeah, that's a super chat already.
Hey, Poster, what are you talking about that's happening?
Don't hate me because you ate me.
Watching that bitch on Cody, we know it.
$5 Tuesdays, player. We got $5 Tuesdays in Chicago.
Watching that bitch on Cody, we know it.
I read comic books while fixing carburetors. Just because you ain't as well cultured, they my fault.
No, don't put me out there like that. We got.
Hey yo, did we drop that meme with him in it, Neff? Him in the burning building. Oh. No, we do that yet. Okay.
Maybe later.
When does the actual movie come out? It comes out
October 4th.
Oh, they show them. Damn, they're getting the hype ready already. That's damn.
Yeah, and this is the earliest I've seen movie reviews.
Because they want to put it in for Oscar season.
Yeah.
The cutoff for Oscars is like the first.
It deserves
or
it.
something like that.
It deserves it.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, a lot of movies were hyped that I didn't give. What's that like? Brokeback Mountain or Going with the Wind? I thought this was ass, but they were saying this shit borderlines when you think of a horror flick. He really went. You know.
I would say this though. This is a tip. When Oscar season come around, Cody is one. Just low key.
Hey, look,
the underlining of what I'm saying. When Oscar comes out, Cody is wonderful. That's all I'm saying.
The views and the suggestions of post up do not reflect the panel. Right. Hit Motion Picture Association.
Exactly.
Yeah, motherfucking. Well, what else we got? Oh, Naughty Dog, Loving Gears.
Yeah.
What thoughts about that?
That mean the coalition is getting bought by Sony. That's what the internet told me.
Hey, they showed a tweet. They showed a tweet from Neil Druckmann way back in the day with Gears 4, saying that he enjoyed and liked the game. So this name.
So like they showed a tweet of him talking to Sam Lake about Quantum Break.
Well, no, it was
that didn't stop anybody from saying that.
No, everybody.
Remedy.
Everybody in Sony was congratulating, and obviously, you know, the executives went and hung out at Remedy, so that's why those rumors was there.
Hit that like button.
Did they have the marketing deal with Sony?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably the reason why. Well, I ain't gonna get into it.
But
a lot of people in the comment section thought that Gears. A lot of people thought that Gears shot was CGI, but it was in game. It was not CGI.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna know what the hell when they mean in game. What's the difference between in game and CGI or not rendered? What do you mean by that?
Nobody thought it was.
I'd use the game's graphics, and actually, J Dubs can explain better.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's gameplay. It just means that it's using the game's engine.
That game don't even look that impressive to be CGI.
What? He said, "Oh shit!"
Here we go. Like something that we.
Hey, man, we just warming up the show, right?
Like something we put on X.
That's for another show. I'm not gonna.
No, look like something we
are
put
you
on
telling me
X.
that Neil Druckmann is wrong?
Yeah,
I said it. I said it looked like something.
Impressive.
I said it looked like something
amazing.
Wait, hold on. We got King Thrash in the chat. Hey, King Thrash, does Gears look impressive now to you or no? I want to know. I genuinely want to know.
Hey, Kratos, keep that same energy because you.
I know what you were going for on your tweet, but like, how do you feel now?
How does it feel?
Oh, he's getting the L. King Thrash getting the L too.
What can you expect for $1? Of course it looks good.
Don't even say
$2, sir.
Are the naughty gods wrong?
J-Dub is stupid.
Look at King Thrash capping. Still don't look impressive.
He said it look impressive for $1. God damn.
The 400 documentary on the UPS.
You know my man Trash be bugging, man. He from the Sony Deep State, man. You know he still waiting for them cell phone towers, man. Yo, what happened
with the first time we make Trash? On that shit too with the AT&T deal.
Hey, yo, when's the first time we made Trash? He was into alchemy or some shit. The elements.
Oh shit! He was saying he was putting chemicals together.
So I'm into alchemy, my niggas. I'm into alchemy.
Oh shit! He said I work for a company. We put chemicals. I be putting all the chemicals together.
Nigga,
you went from that to doing contracts.
Hey yo, that nigga said he invented the fiber optic. I said this I got one here. Let me hit the record button. Got him.
Is Trash walking around with a long red trench coat and the metal?
We like the black version of the Doctor from fucking Back to the Future.
He was like chemicals. What type of chemicals you fucking with?
Shit, I done cut a few bags of dope my damn self. You know what I mean? Shout out to King Trash. King Trash. But nah, but like when I told you guys, I got to play about an hour, so about 45 minutes. You know, it was with Gears of War 5, and I said then, you know, that it graphically it looks better than 4. It does. Like,
it should.
And 4 was impressive.
I also I didn't know what motherfuckers. You know, not in the channel. I'm telling the Sony cats like we gotta Like, the war's over. We don't won, right? I'm a PlayStation guy, not an Xbox guy. We won't. But don't pull a K Mega and them jokers be arguing with the shit you ain't gonna be arguing about. And then the X's guy,
anyway.
That's true. Listen, if you're like you saying, if you're a PlayStation guy,
war's over.
Come on, man. Just the game looks good, right? All right, just let it look good. Let that look. Don't try to piss on it, saying how it looks bad. It don't. It looks,
wait till you get it on your TV. Stop looking at compressed video. Wait till you get on that TV, player.
To be fair though, I'm playing devil's advocate. We also, when this game come out, can't make it seem like, okay, now the console war is even. Now Microsoft.
No. Okay, well, I know Xbox.
Hey, it's motherfuckers out there. Shout out to my boy Tim Dog. He acting like this it. This is the Microsoft's great big come up.
Since you called off the Sony, Jones, it's only right that I step in and Xbox, calm down. It's not even. We haven't caught up in console sales. This not gonna turn around Xbox or anything.
And console sales do matter because
It's not gonna turn around. Instantly turn around Microsoft situation or anything like that. It's just a good game that we've been clamoring for a long time. That's it. And shout out to McMillan Chris with the $4.99. Get a couple popcorns, you know what I'm saying, with a little like butter. Hey, yo, not to change the subject, y'all Xbox guys need to save your brother Smooth. He out there hurt over Control.
Yeah.
What happened with Control?
He mad, man. He said
he's mad over the way.
He said Quantum Break was better than Control.
Yeah. No, listen, he's not the only one that feel that way. There's a lot of
get his feelings hurt over a stiff breeze. So ain't nobody.
There's a lot of Xbox guys that feel like
with my eyelash.
Everybody gave Quantum Break a bunch of shit when it was exclusive, and now that Control come out, looks the same, kind of plays the same by the same company, and now that it's a multiplayer and it's marketed by Sony. Now it's a great game. And it's like, look, guys, 5 years later, right? You can't repair that L that you got back then. Sometimes you got to leave them L's in the past and move on to another.
Kratos,
shit.
That's him covering for receipts that I made for me. That's him covering for receipts that I may or may not have. I respect it, Jada. I respect it, Jay.
Yeah.
I respect covering.
He trying to do smooth too. Look, smooth, brother. Hey, put on the smooth Kratos. Now we know we can't go back.
You know, my brother Kratos got that Brotherhood of the Steel Armor, man. He got that Brotherhood of the Steel Armor. That's my Fallout brother right there. He got that Brotherhood of the Steel Armor.
You can't move towards the in the past.
Gears, but no, but it's like I said, what we talked about it Friday, Saturday. What day? I forgot.
That was
the official. Well, there's a trailer.
I think I talked about it Saturday. Yeah, I talked about it. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen the preview trailer yet.
I talked about it Saturday. I got to play Saturday morning.
Did the preview trailer look that good?
No. I'm talking about. I actually played the game Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was saying, I got this is what I was basically to make more maybe understand this. Gears 4, they started from scratch. You got a brand new engine. You got Unreal Engine 4, just that and the other, right? And with Gears 5, like I said, you already have the assets in place. They just added onto that, and I guess the worlds are more detailed. You know what I mean? That's obvious off the whip. And they added a few new weapons and ice and just that and the other. But graphically, thus far, it's the best looking exclusive that came out on the X. I think this is probably the first outside of Forza. They was talking about because they've been working with them, but the first game to really show off
the X scene.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it could be better because it's just still got to work on 2013 hardware, and they also made it for PC. But I'm saying this, and this is one thing I say that Sony has an advantage because they're making it just for not PC, even though they got to still work on 2013 hardware. I think they go from up top and scale down. They started from PC and scaling down. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's it is what it is. But for those guys that like graphics or a very shallow man like myself. Would say Bdpp for brains. It's beautiful. Now, like I said, some guys just don't like Gears, and I get it. But for those that like Gears, or maybe like it's amazing. Like it looks like, oh shit, like you know what I mean. Like it does stand out a lot. Like it's especially someone seeing like, god damn, like man. I mean that was kind of evident though. I think from the kind of Gears 5 trailer they showed one little snippet what's that in 2000? What's it was 2000 with 2018 or 2007 when the guy had the double wheel hammer, doom. We have since seen that enemy in the horde mode. So I don't know if that's the actual part of the game. Now horde mode is not going to look as good as the actual campaign. Graphically, campaign is going to look the best. You know what I mean? Then of course the multiplayer doesn't looking good as the campaign. Not saying the multiplayer looks bad. And what was that? The Gears 5 tech test?
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, I don't think it plays different than Gears 4, but I think visually it's probably about the same. It may be spiced up a little bit more. You know, what resolution was the tech testing? 1080.
It was dynamic. It ranges from a lot. At the low point, I think it was 1080p. At the highest, it was 4K. So that's expected. It was a tech test. I'm not. You can't judge it off of something that's pre-patched from the day one launch. So it only takes one patch to make that game stable, and so we all got to keep we got to keep that same energy, the same thing that we had with Days Gone. The reason that it got rated low because they released some pre-patch versions.
Hey, you sound sad as hell that this game is
Hey yo,
you trying to say I'm trying to redeem Days Gone?
Hey yo, he about to flip the propaganda. I'm not saying this is the reason to go out and buy an Xbox because of Gears. No. This shit is still
he definitely crazy. That same minute, brother.
Some of the polygons look okay. Y'all see what happened when I try to pay?
Nah, bro.
It just don't sound right. I'm trying to pay him a compliment.
You sound hemmed up and shit. Someone got the shotty to the face. You sound fucked up.
Yo, it sounds like you fucking nigga read a ransom note. I'm just saying, there's no reason to go out and buy.
Blink 3 times if you in trouble, bro.
Kratos, you sound like it's hot.
It's hot.
Like it's hot for you.
Somebody get the bills right there, my man. We know Jay Chris.
Yeah, McNeil Chris J with the $4.99. Hey yo, man, like seriously, what the fuck is Sean? The FN always talking about a snake in the bush. The whole time he was that damn snake in the bush.
Man, let me tell you this, man.
Crying, man. You talking about crying?
Hey yo, let me tell you something. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't check out the shows from yesterday, we had some cooning on the river. Cooning. Sha-da-da-doo. Yo, listen, if we listen a little bit, I threw Sean at the G-Rock, throw him off the show. What was that, Friday? Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday. It was Saturday.
Saturday.
No, it was Friday. It was Friday.
It was Friday.
I threw him off the show because he was rocking out with Boomstick and them, and they were talking about us, right? So he came back with his receipts, came back in there swinging though, man. Plus J-Dubs. Listen, you calling me a coon, but you, J-Dubs, the biggest coon of us all. You was doing a show with a known racist. Everyone knows Craps are racist, and you up there doing it. You're gonna call me a coon, if you of all people. Like, yo, this motherfucker came in with his receipts, man. That was some funny shit, though. Like, I ain't even bullshit, bro. Yeah, they put my man post out that motherfucker coon in the cabin. Oh, great job. Great show, Colt. Woohoo! I'm like, oh, shit.
I have no recollection of what was
said. Yo, that was Evan. Yo, that was
trying to instigate, and then you just hear him say, "Oh shit!"
Yo, that was Evan's speech. I would never stab my brothers in the back like yo. But wasn't you up there after they got J Dell ass thrown off Twitter? To some great show, Colt. Woohoo! But my man, they call Post Coon Game West. That shit had me dying.
The whole thing was photoshopped.
Hey yo, we say what about Sean? I had to respect the foolery and fuck, and they came in there with receipts, bro.
Exactly.
I said, yo, we done taught this fuck nigga well. It came in that motherfucker swinging. Sean was about to cry. He had a lump in his throat and everything. I didn't know I was cooning, but you, J-Dubs, you know,
ran 20 miles across soft sand, man. For that one, he was training.
And you ain't lying.
If y'all didn't watch that show, y'all gotta go back and watch. Yes. It's legendary. It's a legendary show.
It's crazy. This shit was 2 parts. That wasn't even done intentionally because Streamlabs crashed. I had to reboot that shit again. They would still fight behind the scenes. Right back alive. Woo, here you go.
A lot of the good shit was behind the scenes, honestly.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Honestly, I felt disrespected by the chat, and I'm gonna call y'all out. I'm gonna call all y'all out.
They tell him, chat, he ain't seen
that
shit
show
yet.
was about Shane Coonery and Jay Coonery. And by the end of that podcast,
it was
all on post-up.
Kumbaya.
They forgot about them two Cooners.
Yo,
And it was just all about me. This
hey, yo,
is
I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker turned up. Fight, niggas! That motherfucker like, yo, that shit was crazy. That shit remind me of all day in Cape May when they was fighting. Like, nigga, you a snitch. No, you a snitch. You gonna die. I said, damn. Hey, yo, we gotta get that back on the air. What the fuck going on? Hey, yo, you know what the deal is? Look, hold up. We're gonna go to the topic. We'll start the show. We ain't start the show yet. We got some shit for y'all. Hey, yo. The crazy part, even when they were all making and all kept making all day, I didn't even put all of it out there. It was just some of that stuff was just, you know what I mean? I got some integrity internally. I said, man, the rest of them are fun. But that shit, well, no, nigga, you's a crip. No, you's a snitch. Nigga, I'm a crip. Nigga, you's a snitch. You gonna die. I said, damn. I said, oh, buddy, I got to be caught some of this shit here, man. But now, like I said, we talking about the show from yesterday. That shit, like I said, it was, man, I would say, like, damn it, how do you just keep outdoing ourselves? Like, you know, thank you for you guys for rocking out with us. And you know, I know I do a lot of shows sometimes, but like, bro, that one right there. Yeah. And like I said, I started making my things called the classics. That was a goddamn classic. Both of them motherfuckers, man. Def Jam Band, what up, baby? Am I playing Gears 5 on midnight release? I'm playing Gears 5 when my Xbox get here. No,
nah, he's gonna struggle on his ass. We know what's up.
Yeah, he got here.
What's up, New York? We said Temptation 9, Cool Nation, Jay, and Pose, and Sean. That shit was shot the fuck out, man. Yeah. Well, like I said, I really want to talk about. We got the Dave Chappelle backlash, right? And I said, damn, let me get and watch this shit before they take this shit down. I see motherfuckers open arms. You know what I mean, and I'm gonna say this is my turn to let you guys talk on it. This is, in my opinion, I think it was one of the best stand-ups that I've seen. You know, I mean, I put this up with Eddie Murphy Raw, Delirious, when I think of stand-ups. I never really cared about, I got a new subscriber. Shout out to King Judas, subscribe.
Big up to King Judas.
Yeah, I never really cared about, I mean, I don't really laugh. I like Mike Epps a lot too, but, you know, but this one really appreciated Farmer, what's out with this?
Pharmaceutic L.
Yeah, shout out to you. Appreciate it, man. You know, it's hard to make me laugh, but that shit right there, the way that Dave Chappelle articulates himself, he's an intelligent guy. And, like, he, you know, didn't really pull any punches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, basically saying, or even when he brought it back, you know, Kevin Hart got in trouble for some old tweets, right? And for saying he smashed his son in the head with a dollhouse if he was whatever, right? Then the LBGT movie community came on and said, this is my disclaimer, right? I don't think anybody should be... how you say, anyone should be discriminated against. Like, what I also feel like what you do in the privacy of your own home, it's your own business. It's none of my business. I don't care if you get married, your job, I don't care. Like, I ain't got a dog in that fight, right? Yeah. But, you know what I mean? He was saying basically when he was on the Dave Chappelle show, he had a skit saying that where calling someone an egg or whatever, right? They called him in the human resources, like, no, you can't, you got to take this word, you can't say that word. And he was like, why? He said, because you're not gay. He was like, all right, so as he was leaving, he stopped in his track. But I'm just giving the baseline of the joke. And it was a true story. So in the baseline, he turned around and said, behold, I've said nigga like 1,000 times on my skit. No one says nothing. And he said, looked at him. He said, well, you know, man, you know, well, I guess black. He said, well, I'm not a nigger. You guys ain't got a problem with me saying that. Even though I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You're right. You don't have a problem with him saying nigger. He's, you know what I mean?
With the hard R, yeah.
Yeah, with the hard R, but you don't have you have a problem with him saying agate or whatever, right? And he said because you're not gay. He said, well, hey, I'm not a nigga, and you know everything go hell broke. Before you guys, get some of these bills real quick before I want you to.
Let me see here. We got we got AP the Shooter with the $2 holler. He said instead of Funimation, it's Cooner Nation. Fuck dude. Stop 6 Doc with the $5. What's up, Stop 6? He said, what's really good? DLN. Gears 5 now, and that new Chappelle is straight fire. Facts.
Yes, sir.
McNeil J. Chris with the 3. He threw in the extra buck for the potato wedges. He said, y'all grocery stores and that chat hit the like button. Yeah. And then Top Dog out of hiatus said better than Robin Harris, Baby Kid.
Hell yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, if you didn't see it. I don't know if you did see it. And the Baby Kids was cool.
Yeah, well, Robin Harris has moments. When his shit is funny, it's funny. Yeah. But he has moments. He don't have like a straight up fire.
Yeah, I laughed at Dave Chappelle shit.
Mouse, no disrespect. I got the super
The
chat.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just don't do a super chat again.
Young boy, get
No, shout out to young boy. Get with the $10
Dave-
dollar. He said Xbox making a great game. It's literally like a problem child getting 1A in school. Everybody is happy as hell while the smart kid gets scolded for making a B.
Right.
Oh, I ain't lying, young boy. You swung for the fences with that one. I agree with you on that. It just is, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been so fucked up over here on the Xbox side of things. Hey, yo, say kumbaya. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Master Phil. Thank you, Phil. Lord, Phil gives me food. He gives me games. He gives me sleep.
I ain't gonna lie. Xbox deserved and needed something higher than 69, man. It's
Kratos, what's going on? Your energy is just like
I know, why is it so low?
It's just not the same. What are we doing here?
You know why? Because I'm paying Xbox a compliment. And it don't
you just don't want them receipts to come out, player. You don't want them
I told everybody.
to come out.
I told everybody. Don't do it.
Wait, who was that guy on Twitter who says he's going to delete his whole Twitter account if it scores an 84?
Oh, yeah. We got you, Pippin.
I got the
We got you, Pippin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Von Lamont. Von Lamont with 2 cigarillos. No, I'm just Chappelle, Michael Jackson joke was funny.
It was funny, but you would like some shit about some kids, Von Lamont.
I didn't want to say that, but you know, it is what it is. Like, this is the thing. The difference between Chappelle and Robin Harris and the Baby Kids versus Chappelle shit is Chappelle's was more based in what people actually think
right now,
without having to pander to the politically correct bullshit that society has going on right now.
Look at the platform he's on Netflix, so he don't have to.
You clicked on my face.
If you're looking at a platform such as HBO, Showtime, they probably would have tried to have him tone it down or censor a lot of that, or they probably wouldn't have just aired it unless he made adjustments to it. But since he's on Netflix, he was able to just go all out and not hold back.
Yeah, and I'm not going over the top when I say this, but here the genius of the show to me was the fact that you saw like little publications saying the timing of his jokes are old, they're still the same. It wasn't about that. It was the simple fact that he got on stage and said, I'm going to still be that same motherfucker from 15 years ago. I'm not conforming for anybody. And that's why he did the Michael Jackson jokes. That's why he did the Alphabet People jokes. And it was all fun.
I think comedians, right? Comedians get a pass because that's their job. I mean, the whole industry, the whole thing about comedic, right, is to be funny. And when you being funny, right, nothing is funnier than looking at yourself in the mirror and pointing the mirror at everybody. And you know, he makes jokes about black people, white people, Mexicans, Asians, yada yada, just everybody. And so you can't point the finger and say, "Oh, I don't like this." And I'll tell you what, just because you're a certain gender or because you're from a certain community, that does not give you the immunity where you can point and point fingers at everyone else and laugh at their expense.
Look, this is the same guy.
To you, then you get all butthurt and you cry and say, "Oh,
this is the same guy."
Before you go, Moss, shout out to RNH with the 199. Check Patrice O'Neal, Elephant in the Room.
Was it on Netflix or YouTube?
Yeah. I think that's on Netflix too. I ain't seen that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I haven't seen David Chappelle yet, but I'm watching.
Man, shit, that shit. Post be like I said before the Powers that beat snatch it down, bro. You gotta watch that motherfucker. I laugh at that bitch from forward to the end. Like that shit was hilarious.
But there might be a revolt. Hey, see if they take that shit down.
Hey, but I see. Well, here's the thing, right? This is what I was saying, right, at the start of the show. I'm gonna cut it went off. Is that and this is my disclaimer again. I'll give you a bigger disclaimer. I don't think I tell you guys. I tell you guys some of my business. I don't tell you like some of them, but I always put my flaws. I told you like Chanel's. I don't believe in that. He say first cousin, second cousin, third cousin. It's her cousin. I don't agree with her. But anyway, her uncle's son goes by MJ now. He's transgender. I've been around Michael since he's about 7 years old. Love him to death. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, he's a famous actor. I forgot the damn show he does. Movies. It comes on about the transgenders. He got all types of awards and everything, right? So I don't. He's in and out my house. I don't have a problem with those. I mean, but I just think it becomes an issue or whatever that when you try to force your, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, this is jokes, and everyone's up in arms because he said something about a certain group. And I don't think anyone should be discriminated against, but he also stuff about white people and black people. People telling jokes about black people and black for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because here's my thing. At the bottom of things, it's still we have a racial issue, whether you're white, whether you're black or whatever. You know, your sexual, again, your sexual orientations. No one's like, you know what I mean? Like, gives a fuck. Like, I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. You know what I mean? You know, we can't say this. We can't say, God damn, like, what the fuck going on? Like,
I would say this though. Comedians have a talent of making the truth funny.
He does.
And when the truth becomes when the truth becomes funny, it's easily receptive versus someone just blatantly coming out saying something with a serious tone. But it's funny, but if you someone that can understand the underlying tone of the point they're trying to get across, after you stop laughing, you be like, that's funny, but that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And David Chappelle do that great. Like,
and I just want to follow up with Jay had just said, like, where one specific group might think they're immune. This is the same guy that made a joke about playing against a terminally ill kid, and he beat him, brought him back to life, and beat his ass again and killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but see, all this shit happens in a vacuum, and everybody loves Dave Chappelle. And what Dave wanted to show you was that now in 2019, there's a specific group that thinks they're immune. And when it comes to comedy, nobody's immune. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the genius of the show is that he pointed that out and he showed everybody how it's okay for us to laugh.
Shout out to Joe Hansel with the $5. Joker, 10 out of 10. Chappelle, 10 out of 10. The best damn podcast, 10 out of 10.
You gotta make him an admin. Hold on, make this nigga an admin.
Hey, say, fuck Boom, fuck SJWs.
Hey, yo, Game of Despair, you got that one, man.
And shout out to Game of Despair with the $2 holler. A nice little lemonade right there. Need them harsh a little bit. Neth is cool. I don't mind his sexual preference.
Hey, Neth, you better get Z for that shit.
And I just want to say this real quick. If you call that man David Chappelle one more time, he's
the only one I know who does that.
I do that shit too.
I swear to God, if you call that man David Chappelle one more time, I'm punching you up.
No, but this motherfucker me on Twitter, bro.
Every damn time. Every time you said that man name is David Chappelle.
I must do it unconscious.
This motherfucker on Twitter. I feel the one who's starting all that shit.
It's Dave, not with the VID.
Every time, like David Chappelle. Yeah, David Chappelle does this. I'm like, yeah, if you don't just stop doing it.
Hey man, it would be mans that point that shit out. I remember when I was when I did my debate with Super Jamaican, I kept calling multiplayer. I was the man to the DM saying, this dumb motherfucker keeps calling.
Oh man, I didn't even know. My bad. Hey, but see, that's a brother right there for you. He ain't having like a brother.
I feel you, brother.
I'm gonna correct my bro because he's sounding stupid right now. Stop doing that.
Hey, let me pay the free bills right quick. Also, too, for those I'm dropping the link to leave us a message via the free messaging app. I'll just drop. Let me read these right quick. And hold on before we. I'm sorry. Is somebody else left in there? Or hold on, I'll get them up on the screen. The free message.
No, I think we got everybody in the super chat.
Y'all disrespectful.
Dashboard. Hold on, dashboard. I'm putting messages right quick on the free messaging app. I just left the link again. We got one here from loading. Way in there. Bourbon 32. Shout out to you, good brother. Dave Chappelle, let that thing rip. Bump those haters. Rotten Tomatoes can eat a. Yeah, like I was saying, I seen the article from what's that Complex, and he was bucking it, left him uneasy. Like, man, come on, knock it the fuck off. Like
stop it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking, you know, like, and I don't even say take a political stance. You know, I usually mind my business, but goddamn, the shit was funny. If you can't laugh at yourself, like it's not that goddamn serious. He made fun of every race, well, no, white, black, or whatever, Chinese. I mean, and sexual. You know, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you know, it's jokes. They're jokes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man.
Like I saw this thing earlier where it was like, Dave Chappelle must want everybody to cancel him. And somebody was like, he don't give a damn about being canceled. Like, he turned down $50 million and went away.
Exactly.
He spent the first 22 minutes of his show talking about cancel culture. Like, he literally said, that's you motherfuckers. Like, he was talking about this whole thing. He don't give a damn about none of that.
Oh, man.
You can't cancel somebody who don't give a fuck.
Shout out to Rakudo Perez with the $2.
Yeah.
It's gonna get very explicit.
Yeah.
Say my sister.
Yeah.
My sister.
Man,
she wants a piece of C.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you feeling, send it to your sister, right? Hey, Chanel, somebody's sister, they want a piece of me. Look, send it to your sister. This is when you feel in your body, you feel somebody. When you feel in your body, you feel somebody.
Hey, she gonna come across and slap the shit out of you live on air.
Bam! When you feel in your body, you feel somebody. But last but not least, before we start the show, we got Astral Chain. Going to be an asshole chain. Thoughts?
Money game of the year.
Baron is missing. That's all. That's enough said.
Listen, 87 and dropping Metacritic. Baron is nowhere to be found.
Crickets.
It's dropping. It's still.
Yeah, it's still going down.
Wow.
Yeah.
I seen him in the What's tweeting about it. He's still trying to.
He was hyping it up.
He trying to.
But you know, Baron. The only publication Baron watches is like the Nintendo
Life
reviews. Yeah, so he only sees 10s on every website he go to.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So he live in his own little bubble, but it's okay. You know.
All right, well, we got the actual show now. We did the slide stuff we have for you guys. Starting right up, so we're gonna start off here with the
with our sponsor.
Yeah, you
got word from our sponsor. We got a sponsor.
All right, mute your mics.
All right, Dave, you got the slides. You can read them because I can't see this shit. Right?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Neat.
Yeah, that's yours, Kratos.
All right. A word from our sponsor, Tim Dog, the power of the cloud. If you want great games, you'll need this.
Hold up. Let me go back. Hold on 1 second. Hold up. Present. I'm telling you, I'm trying to fucking play it. It's not let me. I'm trying to get to the value. Hold up, man. Hold up.
It's playing. I guess got to
the cloud is real. Me and Leo can't try to talk. They said it was so fake. Then Crackdown 3 made them cry.
Shit. Oh man, my man Tim bugging.
Yeah, the cloud
Hey Tim, you my brother. You know that, man. God damn, dog.
Yeah, the cloud's real.
He said, yeah, the cloud's real.
They said it was so fake.
My boy, hey, my man Dog looking spooky.
Crackdown 3.
I don't even call him Tim, I call him Dog. Want to hit his phone? Dog.
And he's playing his dog Cupcake. He's playing his dog Cupcake.
Boom!
Fantastic.
Oh man. Yeah, that shit did wild, bro. That shit wild, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit, I told motherfuckers that shit was spooky, man. They ain't want to listen to me, man. Word from my
I'm glad I've had my mic muted.
That shit did wild, man.
Oh man!
Well, worse than Crackdown 3 or better.
Yo, while we had a shout out to Rakudo Perez with the $2 holler, she said, "Have a good day and keep it clean." Sorry. And with Johansson with the $2, his singing is worse than Crackdown 3. Where did you get that from, Z? Oh my
Hey
God.
man, and you know the premise of this best damn podcast.
You know I have all of them receipts.
Anybody can get it.
Oh man.
Man, that shit, it was wild, Jack, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This generation on the Xbox Jews looking crazy out this motherfucker, man. Shout out to my brother Tim, dog. Now, who's this guy here up on the screen? What's going on with this?
Okay, so this is the Quartering, who's a YouTuber with about 500,000 subs or so.
Okay.
He found his success in really talking shit about women and so on. Like, he was one of his prime videos is talking shit about Captain Marvel. She's a female superhero, and people are not down our throats. He's one of those people. So he made a tweet where it says, I guess he's quoting someone named T. Greg, and he says, "Yeah, I would definitely not mention in the Funimation Exposed or not funny or funny leak hashtags that Nick, whatever, blackface lawyer is the guy sharing the Funimation audio, because apparently Funimation just had a really bad leak where they had people saying the F-bomb a lot." And the Quartering quotes it by saying, "Literally, nobody is actually offended by blackface. Calm down. I actually think everyone should do blackface for Halloween. Blackface and full native head dress in the same costume. Stop clutching pearls, people."
Wow.
Hey.
You want me to read that part again?
Yeah.
This literally nobody. Yeah. Literally nobody is actually offended by blackface. Calm down. I actually think everyone should do blackface for Halloween. Blackface in full native headdress in the same costume. Stop clutching pearls, people.
Wow.
So what's this guy T. Greg? Who's that?
I'm not sure who he is, but he basically was talking about the Funimation leak, which has to do with anime or whatever.
He was against it.
Some voice actors or whatever from Dragon Ball really started dropping the F-bomb and a whole bunch of shit. Kind of like the Kevin Hart situation. A lot like that.
So this guy, I guess he's huge on YouTube or whatever. So did anyone respond to this guy here or no?
Yeah, the panel's yours.
Yeah, man. On Twitter, did anyone respond to him or?
Oh no, I didn't respond to him.
Oh, man, like that's I don't know, bro. Like this, when you think that we've come so far. You know, I say ignorance is bliss. You know, for those who say that you should do blackface or for the Native American or Redskins stuff because it doesn't affect them or didn't affect them.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean?
Here's my take on it, Z. It's easy for a lot of people, right? If you're not the butt of it, if you're not on the end of it, you easily dismiss stuff that does not directly affect you. It's affecting someone else. And this is the same thing, right? This dude right here, obviously, right? He's a white guy, has never took offense of blackface because guess what? It doesn't directly affect him. Yeah. He's not black. It's the same thing with people saying the N-word and or people just various amounts of issues that's out there. And so when you do take offense to something like that because it's targeted towards you, they easily dismiss it, and that is what creates this rift between the different communities and the different people.
Want to say something, Ghost?
I just get tired of seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And personally, for all the disrespect that we get as people, a lot of these other races will be nowhere without us. And that's just some real shit. And I don't care who get offended by this or not. I'm just saying. They dog us, they clown us, but history tell us that if we didn't exist, this so-called city, this world we live in, it wouldn't exist to this level of degree that we're at now. For us to get clowned, so I just get tired of seeing stuff like this, man.
These
be the same people when you walk down the street, they slide 5 feet to the left. You know
I get tired of people telling me how to feel about my culture.
Yeah.
Me as a black man, how I as a black man should feel about stuff said to black
people.
If you're not offended because you're a white guy, guess what? I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't give a fuck about your feelings if you're not offended as a fellow black person, because that ain't got shit to do with me.
Yeah.
But the fact that you believe you have enough gall or understanding to do anything, like all you do in this world is sit at home, jack off to the same pictures of women that you talk shit about. Like that's all you do, bruh. And
talk that stuff,
for you to think you're the voice of the people, you You can eat the largest penis known to man. Eat it whole.
But yeah, as soon as you swap out a traditional character, the character of another culture, he'd be the first one to jump out the window. And if somebody were to say to him, "What are you so offended for? They're imaginary," he'll go on a 2-hour rant about why we're messing up history. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what? I say like this. Hypocritical. You know what? Again, and I'm gonna add this. Like I know. Anyway, remember we did a thing with Boogie. Boogie said, "You remember? Well, $3 is a lot of money for a person of color. I think whatever $3, like God damn, right?" Yeah. But after that, I did the show. I just know whatever the case may be. I used to be okay with Boogie, so is what it is. But then people started sending me stuff. Like this is not the first. I didn't know. Like I really don't be watching shit. But the first time he's said things like that, alluding. He had a problem with the ending of Mortal Kombat. Of Jack's freeing the sleeves, like there was the about. You played Mortal Kombat, you go back at the time, you get to change whatever you want to change, and Jack did away with slavery. And Boogie was offended, like, no, what that slavery, I know, I guess, but why he could have went back and freed the Jews? Like, what the fuck, like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, like, like that shit. I'm looking, like, yo, like, I don't know if motherfuckers are I say, uneducated or it doesn't really affect them, or just.
Can I say this real quick?
We're not gonna give them a pass. That's
the
too
true
easy.
definition of the N-word with the hard R.
It's 2019. We're not finna keep giving people pass. They know history. They know what they're doing, right? We can't keep giving them the benefit of the doubt after 2,000 years.
And that's what we're accustomed to, Kratos, because religion has taught us to turn the other cheek, and we do it. And not to get off topic, a young boy run up in a church, kill 9 black folks. We don't get mad. We forgive you. We forgive you. We've been taught that. Whenever with mass or whatever so-called do things to us, we've been mentally trained to unconsciously forgive them and not retaliate. And I respect what you just said. We not finna let this shit off the hook.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my bad.
I want to address the chat too. The chat talking about sounds like what y'all was arguing against with Dave Chappelle. With Dave Chappelle, we're talking about censorship. They don't want. There's a class of people that don't want you to joke about them, whether it's big or small. What we're talking about here is someone just trying to offend people and being told, and these people that are offended being told you shouldn't be offended, just let it slide. That's two totally different subject matter.
Now we're talking about a paid comedian, right? Mm-hmm. A paid comedian
who's trying to tell jokes, opposed to someone that's just trying to offend somebody.
Exactly. For someone who is really just trying to offend someone so they can get some hits and views. Two totally different thing, right? And again, I am not about to let anybody pass or give them a pass just because they say some shit like that. Those days are over. All that ignorance maybe they didn't know, or maybe
exactly. Stop that.
Because guess what? We don't get the same treatment. We don't get that same benefit of the doubt when a cop choke us out, or when a cop shoot us, or when some bad shit happened to us. The first thing they want to yell, well, what about Chicago? So fuck it. I ain't finna give you the benefit of the doubt.
They doing it now already in chat. People get offended too fast.
Listen,
this and that. Excuses. It's always excuses.
Here's the thing. What like my man just said, we've been slaves longer than we've been free. So once and just think about that. And again, it may not affect your ethnic group or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people think that we're so far removed. It was just in the 50s and 60s. You had certain gym segregation. You had Jim Crow laws. It's not that long ago. In our parents' lifetime, in our grandparents' lifetime, like that wasn't that long ago, people. You know what I mean? Like, you had it. No, they say, you had a black president. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, you had 44 or 44. I mean, like, come on, having a black president. You know what I mean? That's not the do away with over. This is North America alone. I can get deep. We're gonna switch subjects, but in North America alone, over 400 years. Now, you talking about Africa? That's another over 1,200 years of slavery that happened in North Africa. Yeah, so about 16, 1700 years altogether. Like I said, we have not been free long enough to, like I said, us as a people. Whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna go. We're gonna switch topics. We're gonna leave that alone. We're just bringing it back there.
before we go to the next topic, Peter Parker with the $5.
Peter!
Man, he said, "Don't think everyone's the same." We did not say everyone's.
Oh
the same.
no, bro, Peter. Listen.
He say, "I am a white guy, and Z's the only YouTube I join Patreon and Super Chat, and we appreciate that, but we're not applying his opinion on you or the whole race. It's just him. You know what I'm saying?
About him.
Yeah. But
we don't generalize because we're not them people. Like we know that people are gonna have their own individual opinions. People are gonna have their own individual beliefs and how they believe these things go, and we know that. So we don't put everybody in the same category.
Let me say this right.
Here's one thing, right? And just to kind of reply to him, like Z always say, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah,
I say stuff on Twitter, right? All my white supporters and all my white friends there, whatever I'm saying, if it doesn't apply to them, they're not going to take offense to it. They're going to keep it pushing. They're going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
But if it applied to you and it hit you in a certain manner, then maybe that's something that you should kind of think about and embrace versus dismissing. And that's the only thing. If we all would just not be so dismissive of each other's feelings and what we're saying, then I think we wouldn't even. This would be a non-issue, right?
And I just want to make one last statement on this because I see people and say, "Hey, you can't live in the past," and this and that. And about slavery. One thing, slavery hasn't ended. It never did. It just changed form. They changed the way they go about it.
Yeah.
If you consciously aware of the system and how it's
no, it's not.
How it's
13th Amendment.
You got freedom. It just changed form. That's it.
Yo, I'm gonna say this like I'm gonna go switch topic. Slavery haven't ended. What's going on in Libya?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of
what's going on here in America.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just talking about slavery. They're still selling slaves and altering slaves off in Africa. Like this is a fact.
Called prison.
No, I'm talking about what's going on in Libya. What's going on right now in Libya?
Real slavery, yes. But I'm saying prison. Prison is another form of slavery, and just like when normal slavery was going on, everybody's like, "There's many different colors of slaves." That's the same thing that happens in prison.
They always try to downplay
because the laws say once you get this strike, you're pretty much a slave.
Yeah.
And the third, what was that? The 13th Amendment. 13th Amendment.
Yeah.
It says every man is equal and free under the eyes of the law, except prisoners. Except prisoners. So that means you are a slave if you are a prisoner, if you're in jail.
Yes, sir. And also, shout out to you, Peter Parker. I know that you rock out and support me. And something I always say, I fuck with everybody. You know, I don't do the racist shit on my channel. You know what I mean? I have white folks in my family. Me, I'm a black man with red hair and freckles. Let's do the math.
Yeah,
but with that being said, you know what I mean? I do also speak out on my platform. You know what I mean? I saw it. You know, I talk about real shit all the time. That's why I have to show Expand Your Mind. You know what I mean? It's not to offend anybody, but to think that, again, that it's not happening or it's not going on, you know what I mean? Or, you know, at the end of the day, it's like saying, it's like the racist saying, "Oh, I'm not racist, I got a black friend." Like, you know how, like, you know, like, God. The fact that you have to say that you have a black friend, not that I have friends, I have a black friend. Or I have a Mexican friend, you know what I mean?
Suggestive.
You know what I mean? Or, you know, just think about that, you know what I mean? But shout out to you, Peter Parker, my brother. I appreciate all the support. We're going to hop on that Gears Friday, man. Moving right along, we got to hit hot news, Greenberg versus the media. What the hell we got here?
Alrighty, so Gaming Ball put out an article saying basically that after an interview with Aaron Green, that Microsoft is done acquiring studios for now or whatever. However, that quote comes out of completely nowhere and they just made it up. So, Clobro, and Moss can add on to this, but Clobro on Twitter replied to their article and says, "The headline has nothing to do with what Aaron Green said in the interview, talk about professional journalism, right? No, they are not done, just Phil and Matt B said." And Aaron Greenberg actually replied to him, said, "Would agree headline is not exactly what I said. All good. I assume folks have good intentions and read things from their own perspectives." You know what he's hinting at. So Gaming Bolt then apologized and says, "Hey, Aaron, we apologize and we updated the article." But here's the issue with this with me. And Moss, you can add on, right? Yeah. So Microsoft puts themselves in these situations where these gaming sites or whatever can do this because Microsoft never fights back. They never come correct or anything like that. They do this coffee shop thing. That's what you coined. And if Clorable didn't reply to Gaming Bolt and added in Aaron Greenberg, like tagged him in, I guarantee you he would have never saw this, never would have replied, even though we've seen it.
They would have never changed it, and Microsoft would have never. Here's the problem. I get that the article was full of shit, but here's the thing. They put the article up, I think, on a Wednesday and didn't take it down after Aaron Greenberg said something until like Thursday or Friday. So my message on Twitter was, it only happens to Microsoft. Wouldn't happen to Sony, wouldn't happen to Nintendo, and it's their own fault for not addressing this shit. Nintendo or Sony would have put out a statement. They would have sent their hounds on it. They would have said, look, Game and Vote put out a statement that said blah, blah, blah. Here goes our counter statement. We urge them to take it down. Not Microsoft. Well, yeah, I don't know why they put it out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they had to be tagged in.
Exactly.
Look at what they changed it to.
They what?
What was the article about?
The article was about Microsoft, their initiatives going forward.
Yeah, like, that's literally what it's called. Microsoft is done acquiring studios for now. That's the whole headline.
But
the first headline was Microsoft is done acquiring studios. That was the first.
The worst.
Yeah, that was lying right there. And then when they changed it, they just added for now, which is another.
Exactly. According to Aaron Greenberg, Microsoft is done acquiring studios. That was the.
Yeah.
But they took a full 24 to 48 hours. Changed it. Like, this is.
It was like a slap in the face. Like, we don't give a fuck what you talking about.
They put themselves in that situation.
What happened? I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. They went and put that out, right? And they was like, all right, because Microsoft is soft, right? And they don't care. They're not gonna really do nothing. Then everybody else, and this is why I say Sony does it best, where they put their stuff out there and let the fan base run rapid with it and let it grow from the fan base. So Aaron Greenberg put out that one reply, not directly to GameSpot, but to Cloveril, and then the rest of the internet revolved it around, hey, y'all always lying. And they was like, no, we cool. My bad. And they had to retract it just because the rest of the internet picked it up. Yeah. And it now became y'all lying as opposed to Microsoft is wrong, which is normally what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
it became about them, and they changed it.
Listen, I agree, and I wish I've been saying this for a long time. Microsoft needs to hire a outside PR team.
They have one though.
But a better one.
Their PR team consists of Phil Spencer.
Send Mr. Parker up that motherfucker. He do a better job.
The executives are Aaron Greenberg, Phil Spencer, Mikey Barra, Major Nelson, and I mean that is the PR team. Those are the people who always putting their foots in their mouths or or their information is getting misconstrued, and it ends up with an L.
I understand. I have a different theory. The reason why, like I said, I kind of coined the term "be the behemoth you are," right? That's because you had the old regime of Donnie D, Baldwin, they were Ray Brash, just that and the other, right? And then you got this now Ray Docile, no testosterone, wimpy Microsoft, right? Don't want to fight wouldn't want to fight a mosquito or a gnat, you know what I mean? Like I say, more non-violent, and their messaging period is so. Either you're only, are you like I said before, are you buying these studios? Because that's what they're really making, because it comes down to them buying studios and them having games, and whether they softwares, right? As far as exclusive content, you know what I mean? Out of the big three, Microsoft, like I said, when it comes to exclusive content, they are the hobo of gaming. One of the world's wealthiest goddamn companies in the world. That's what I'm saying here. But when gaming, they are the hobo of gaming. Like, this is just a fucking fact, right?
Battletoads, bitch.
Yeah, look at Battletoads, right? But so they bought these studios and they still are making games for other systems. Whether it's what's that goddamn game? Psychonauts 2, Borderlands 3, whatever the hell. Not Borderlands. I'm talking about Wasteland or whatever the hell. They're still allowing their studios to make shit. We just had Cuphead released on the Switch or re-released on the Switch. I mean, but they don't own that company. They own the publishing to that game and allow it to go to other platforms, right? So that's what it's all about. Are you guys still making games going forward? Do you want to get it again? Because they went back and said, no, we've done, Sony announced that they bought, what's that goddamn studio? Insomniac, right? So Microsoft was done, letting whatever. And then the following day after that, we want Game Pass on everything. So what? I blame all this on Microsoft. They have empowered sites like Gaming Bowl, exactly. You know what I mean? because they're messaging that you don't know what either you are making games or you want Game Pass which I know they do. It's business for them. They don't care. You know what I mean? Do you want it? Either you do, and like I said, then they go back on it. Like, what is it? You know what I mean, that's just my opinion, and it all comes down to their messaging. It's like 1 minute they're hot, 1 minute they're cold. 1 minute we're all about exclusives and delivering AAA goddamn content to be the biggest E3 that we ever done. Then we get the shit that he had, Bambi Simulator. You know what I mean?
Like you said, Z, they're afraid of their own shadow.
Yeah.
But here's the biggest problem for me is you've seen Microsoft kind of do an about face. They finally showed some Gears content. They finally said, well, look, we ain't looking to put all of our shit on all these consoles. They're doing an about face due to pressure. This was a slow ball down the middle of the plate. All y'all had to do was drop a stick. Look at the media. Look at this outlet. They put out this statement. Why would they do that? Here's our counter narrative. That's all you had to do, and y'all still act like you said, wimpy. It's bullshit.
But he didn't reply to the article like you pointed out. He didn't quote it or anything like, "Wow, this is incorrect." Something like that would have made the way.
He said, "Non-violent, brother, non-violent." Yeah, non-violent. That's all we was covering on.
Ma'am.
He said, "Ma'am." What we talking about this here? But
yeah, and the next one is an interesting one. So, Ninja Theory is looking for a senior character artist, in quotation, working within a small, focused team delivering AAA titles. AAA titles. Interesting tidbit mentions that a Houdini of knowledge, likely to achieve bigger scope and worlds using Houdini procedural systems. I don't know what that part means, but it looks like Ninja Theory is gearing up for a AAA game. Not AA, AAA.
What the hell does that mean, really, with Microsoft?
Hey, I'm just reading that quote.
Outside of Gears of War, what does that mean? I'm a coon. I didn't know I was cooning. You know what I mean? Like, what did they mean by AAA, though, really? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Listen, the last one of Microsoft's supposed studios that claimed that some was going to be AAA was what was the
Undead Labs.
Undead Labs, yeah.
Undead
Labs,
it's
going to get AAA treatment all the way. And how did that game come out? So we just gonna
here we go.
I'll pass you the baton. Go ahead.
Stop, brother.
Am I lying?
Houdini is 3D software. 3D animation
software that they use to make procedural stuff.
All right, thank you, Google.
So your facts. That's what you're supposed to do. I can't leave him
you got a
out
D-batch
there
on?
like that.
Anybody
I
that
can't
knows
leave my
anything.
brother Neff out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just reading this quote. I'm not agreeing with it.
Right. So I was backing you up, Blair. Just respect me backing you up, Blair.
I'm not big on this L.
No, Nico was not finna catch that L. He was passing the baton to you.
I know. I ain't finna catch an L too. You didn't already call the L. Bro. Xbox is just crap at communication. Just like when Audio Technica said only 1% use back compat field response. Nah, period. No numbers. No nothing. Look, man, let me tell you something. Everybody want to see numbers, man. Look, they are in a war right now. You can't let the competitors see your numbers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. Certain numbers you put out there, certain numbers you don't. Certain things we're not gonna be privy to. We're not just.
Well, that's because we know if they would have released those numbers.
Hold on,
I got a tweet where they did release some numbers. So, Nabillion on Twitter. Yeah, wait, you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Nabillion on Twitter made a tweet says Forza Horizon 4 has exceeded 12 million global players since launch.
Oh shit!
Wait, it gets much better. More than that, 4 million players engage with the game every month.
That's a lot.
4 million players every month. That's active users every month.
That's
an average of 4 million.
How many copies of the game sold?
That's what these fucking ponies did.
That's all I want to know.
So I made that right. So go ahead, man.
Here's my question. Here's my question. So you're asking how many copies of does the number of copies sold mean that people are playing the game?
Listen, I give two shits about any of that other shit. Show me.
So you don't care about people actually playing the game. You care about whether they bought it.
The industry is not finna change. For Microsoft.
That's what I want to know. How does that
does that too, though?
Nintendo.
So I'm asking you.
I'm answering you.
You'd rather 12 million people buy COD
Sony published numbers.
Give him the L.
Third
man.
party
He
people
gonna
published
get
numbers.
that L, man. He gonna get that L, man. He's trying to dodge it, but
Hey, Kratos, I'd hate to question your integrity.
Because Sony
You would rather them buy it and put it on the shelf instead of playing the game.
Listen, I ain't trying to bend for Microsoft. Listen,
that they're getting into engagement numbers as well.
Listen,
so
listen.
will you give them the same energy when they do the same thing?
Listen, right? When you're the winner, you get to call the shots. Nintendo, Nintendo and Sony are calling the shot. The industry, the industry is calling them. Microsoft stopped publishing numbers because they didn't have the sale.
It's adorable that you just said Nintendo and Sony. It's only one company can call the shots. Only one person is winning. Only one person is winning.
All the third party companies do it too.
All the
You also said something else that gave this.
stop winning.
All the third party PC, even the Epic Store, Steam, everybody publishes numbers.
Kratos, can I ask you a question?
Well, we had
we
had 5 million people that booted their Xbox.
These are numbers.
You specifically said that Nintendo and Sony is calling the shots and that everybody is following them. Microsoft was the first one that came out that said they was going to put games everywhere. Then Sony followed. Then Google Stadia followed. So who following who?
Okay, Z back there? Z, what are you doing back there? You hiding? So Z.
Jay's mic went out. Jay's mic went out. Jay's mic went out.
Hold up, Z. You good?
Next slide. Next slide.
Hold up.
So the reason Microsoft is not publishing numbers is because they don't have the numbers that they want. All right, show us.
Okay, but anyways,
show us what numbers.
The man says, I am in VR.
Listen,
Y'all
let me ask
just
you
gonna
this.
let them dodge their L like that.
What are industry standard numbers? Right now, that's
Grocery store.
Sounds pretty nice.
NPD are industry standard numbers, right? Microsoft is not releasing those. They are releasing their own benchmark. Their own benchmark engagement.
Did Sony not do that with Gran Turismo
that
Sport?
Nobody can verify. Who can verify that?
Did Sony not do that with Gran Turismo Sport?
Tell them, Jay, they doing both.
Gran Turismo Sport. Sony released the numbers. 8 million plus people bought the game, not engaged, but bought the game.
And how many are still playing it?
I don't care if one person still playing it. 8 million of the motherfuckers bought it. 8 million people of the motherfuckers bought it.
You just care that they bought it. That is the dumbest thing as a gamer. I care about people playing the game, not if they bought it.
Listen, the subject right now.
That's like D-Batch. D-Batch owns a bunch of games.
Shit.
He don't play none of them
Hey,
bitches.
you know what? Don't do that to Jay.
No, that
Don't
makes
call
no
him
sense.
D-Batch.
He owns a bunch of games. He don't play none of them bitches. He's more of a gamer than all of us because he buys games.
He's talking a whole different subject.
He buys games. That's what you just said.
So listen, I gave you solid numbers on how many people bought the fucking game. You over there talking about how many people.
Buying games you don't play is more important.
That don't fucking matter.
I said it.
Has it ever mattered how many people were back in the Sega Genesis days, Super Nintendo days? Did we care how many people?
That's what matters as a gamer.
No,
I care about playing the game. I don't care about how many people bought it. I care about how many people are playing the game.
No, you don't. Stop it. We're talking about a different subject.
None of them GameStop numbers. None of them eBay numbers.
Wait, hold on one second.
Secondhand numbers. None of those are in MPD.
Ding, 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 ding. Fight, niggas. Hey, hold on.
None of those GameStop, Game Pass. None of those are in MPD.
No, listen, at the end of the day, it don't matter.
I got a question.
Nintendo and Sony still says how many copies of games sold. That's in the story. In the story.
It's not about people playing the game.
Listen, next generation, I guarantee you, Microsoft is going to start publishing numbers once they get the numbers. Thank you.
As a gamer, them selling a game doesn't help you.
You can try that bullshit somewhere else. That makes
someone
no
playing
sense.
the game helps.
That makes no sense.
Hold on one second.
Everybody showing the numbers, show the damn numbers. Don't give me no fluff.
Again, are you a gamer?
No fluff.
Or are you Sony?
No fluff. We're talking about fucking numbers. We're not talking about fucking playing games. We're not talking about all this shit. How many of the copies sold? How many of the fucking copies sold? Who cares? You're not. Listen. You go off on the side and talk about your own stuff. We're talking about one subject. Stick to the subject.
The only thing that matters is that a game exists. The only thing that matters is that a game exists, correct?
So does MPD
so does all those past games Microsoft
does MPD report engagement or copies sold? Tell me.
You just said, and I quote, we're talking about numbers.
Fucking copies sold.
So when the when the bots start putting out sales, when they start putting out Microsoft numbers about how much money they made and how much
it's over. It's over, Mass.
That's what you're talking about. That's what matters.
Hey, we got to pay the bills.
I don't know about your words.
It's
the only
over.
thing that matters.
Hey, Post, where you at? Pay the bills.
Where you at, Post?
It's what's being sold. The money being made.
Yo, shout out. Yo, let me see. I got a couple of them. Damn, they're coming in. Shout out to with the $5 holler. So Fortnite is not a success because no one brought the damn game.
Facts.
On the Ruham with $4.99. Wow, laugh out loud. What's good?
Ruham.
Shout out to Laquan with the $4.99. Sony don't have the great multiplayer games to talk about the player count.
Oh shit.
Hey, shout out with McNeil Chris Jake with the $4.99. Here League of Legends go. Acting like he know what he's talking about.
I'm just saying. So that is a true statement. That is the perfect example. Fortnite is a failure because nobody bought it.
Look, it's crazy because
Fortnite is a failure because nobody bought it.
When the new CEO of Sony came in, his specific thing was that they were moving to services and engagement. The same thing y'all clown.
What did Sean Layden say? What did Sean Layden say?
No,
Fortnite is a failure because nobody bought it.
This is the CEO.
I don't care. Sean Layden is higher than the CEO.
Non-negotiable.
So I just want the same energy when Sony started doing the same thing.
No, the only reason y'all saying that is because Microsoft changed the narrative because they didn't have
the press release.
I don't care about the CEO.
Listen, let me ask you this. Can I ask a question? One question, right? Okay. If Microsoft had the sales, right? If Microsoft was winning this generation, would they have talked about the engagement numbers? Would they have changed the whole benchmark to only engagement numbers?
They talked about engagement numbers.
No. Answer the question. If they were winning. If they were winning in the sales department, would they have changed their whole matrix?
Talked about engagement numbers.
Yes.
Why didn't they talk about it last generation?
Yes.
They did.
Why didn't they talk about it this generation?
I don't think. I'm not even gonna go with all that. If Microsoft was in this position,
games sold.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Microsoft been talking about engagement since the OG Xbox when live started, brother. What are you talking about?
Forget all that. Microsoft will still be talking about it because of the person in charge of Microsoft. That's what he cares about. They turned Windows into a service. They don't care how many copies of Windows sold. They care how many people are using Windows.
Just like Office. Office is a service now. You know what I'm saying? That's
their money maker.
Subscription based. All they care about how many people are signed up.
I get it. It's good that in the middle of a generation you decide to change your whole matrix because you didn't.
Sony's doing the same thing.
Admit it. Admit it. They didn't have the sales, so they decided.
Fortnite is a failure because nobody bought it.
What's crazy is that you and these Sony cocks, whatever you want to call it, been talking about screaming this traditional model all generation, and then in the middle of this generation, Sony notified y'all that they were switching from a traditional model to the same model.
Non-negotiable. Post
up got Popeyes on the mind. He said Sony plucks.
Hold on. I call them Sony plucks.
Let me pay the bill. Oh, we got another one. All right, I got some free ones after that.
Shout out to Manito J. Chris with the $9.99. I'm about to go to Popeyes right now. Y'all flawed because when State of Decay won that NPD, y'all was all about
talk that shit.
Engagement. Y'all changed the narrative to fit y'all needs. That wasn't me and Sony. Do y'all guys do the same thing?
Come out. Now, y'all gonna do it in a couple of days when Gears 5 drops. In a couple of days,
it was prime material because everybody was putting out the fake numbers that came out on Reset Era the day before, where God of War in Detroit beat it.
I'm tired of your shit.
It was prime troll material.
And the reason why they talked about the copies of State of Decay is because the Sony fans was down playing and saying it wasn't going to chart.
I'm tired of your shit. Stop thinking and bringing it up. Stop thinking and bringing it up.
Stop it. Shout out to MRN H with the $1.99. He say, when did we start comparing free to play to regular games.
Thank you.
When it stopped mattering that they didn't get sold.
All right, hold on. Let me put the bill.
They made billions of dollars.
The Wuhan with the $4.99.
Is Fortnite not the most successful game?
Stop it.
Hey, the Wuhan with the $4.99 at Popeye Chicken. $3.99. So I got $1 left over. You can all sing together, but you can't talk together.
My man.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, we'll respect y'all. We're talking.
Hold on. I gotta pay the free. I gotta pay the free message on the app here. I got some free insults to read. My man Bourbon 32 back with the slick shit already. Xbox literally said they're looking for people for a AAA game. All of a sudden, J-Dub turns into a scholar and is Concrete Jenny a AAA? You fuck nigga.
You goddamn right, it's AAA all the way, just like that Undead Labs.
Oh shit! All right, but
I just
hold
want
on.
to know. Gears 5 drop in a couple of days. I just want to know: does sales or Metacritic matter? Which one y'all gonna flop to now?
No, none of that matter.
Okay, I'm remember that. I'm recording this right now. Y'all bots say that sales and that stuff don't matter. So
it don't matter to me. It don't matter.
No, we gonna remember that.
All right, but moving right along, I got some more shit to get in.
Yes.
Let me present to everybody. Bam. Actually, let me go ahead and bring this up again. Moving right along, we got some funny. We got some more foolery and fuck this shit here funny.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, but say yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
buddy. So what do we have here from Diller?
Yeah, so Diller, he ended up tweeting something out, and he said, "Quick public service announcement." Laughing my ass off. Look, if you're gonna buy followers on Twitter like a douche, it's a thing. Just know that it's obvious. Not only is it obvious, but the bot site literally sends spam to people you follow, trying to get them to try themselves. We know who you all are.
Ooh,
Googly
shit.
eyes. And K Mega replied, "How about you just ask my followers if I paid them to follow me? Get straight to it.
Wait. What? Yo, I know this nigga from Oklahoma and all, but goddamn, dog. He said, "How about you ask my followers to follow me if I paid them to follow me?"
And the reply to that was, "Bot accounts can't respond what you do." And then K Mega replied, "Why don't you check and see?" And then shout out to Mark Woodland. He ended up posting the spam from the troll accounts that were actually from the
That's
site.
from YouTube. He was some YouTube followers too.
Yeah, YouTube. It's YouTube and Twitter followers because I ended up getting one of his tweets, and I'm wondering like, what the hell, you know? But anyway, it's right there on the screen, plain day.
Yeah.
So Dilla says, "Yeah, it wasn't even about K Mega, but that is spooky as fuck." Laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Oh, he's slick with it.
Yeah, I mean, but okay. Now check this shit out, right?
Oh shit!
Oh, this is K Mega's wanted post. Oh shit!
What y'all do to my man?
Z said, "Nah, son, you wasn't hacked. You were just flirting, sliding into Joker's DMs. Nasty thief playing fucking." K Mega gonna try to play it off and say, "Oh shit, I got Twitter hacked." Smiley faces, you know. If you got a message from me, don't click it. I was told stop spam accounts and my dumb ass clicked on it. My bad.
Hey, yo.
We all know what the game is.
You know what the crazy part is? Okay, go. No, yeah.
So he replied to you, Z, saying, "What are you even talking about? Nobody didn't buy that shit. I was told to click it to stop spammers, and I clicked the link, and people hit up on my DM.
Who the fuck is spamming you?
Come up with some crazy shit. Stop the madness.
Hold on.
Stop the madness. That's
so
a fact.
You received a spam in your DM. You was convinced to click it in order to stop the spam you just received. Oh my God.
I'm done.
Hey, yo.
Hey, I got one question. Is that a nose?
Hey, yo, yeah, that's a nose. My man Mega ain't that sharp up top, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You know what the crazy part, though? Like, I thought it was... listen, Neff, you started this. I'm going to be real. I got to tell the truth. So look, when Dilla put out that thing about if you're buying Twitter so we know who you are, this, that, and the other. So Neff, like, you know what I mean? Was he talking about K Mega? But I didn't know this shit was real. So I'm like, man, stop buying I said, stop buying Twitter followers and subs, you fraud.
You was just joking.
I was just joking. Now, I didn't know, actually, the link itself was to bring you back to buy more Twitters and followers. But on top of that, they went to his social bleed. Like, we got some, what I mean? Hold on. I'm going to get ahead and play this right here.
Oh, shit.
Well, they're talking about me. And I said, you know what I mean? Yo, so this is Show Shady talking about me. This goes back to right here. You know what I mean? Nah, son, you wasn't hacked. This, that, and the other. You know what I mean? This, that, and the other. So then here you go, my man, So Shady, Captain Saving Bro. You know what I mean? Captain Saving Bro showed up and was like, he's embarrassed and talking about me. Period. No, they ain't attack Dilla. They don't want this shit. Like they gonna take my black.
Before you play, do you want Post Up to read the bill?
Yeah, read the bill.
Oh, okay. Bang Out's production with the 5. It's time for me to enter next week. I'm tired, y'all, Xbox and false industry insiders jumping on J-Double. All good show.
Facts. That's my brother. That's my brother.
We can join the multiplayer Thursday.
Stab him in the back like Pose.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit ain't over, but all right, continue.
Yeah. So she said, facts, he would tell you he was all about helping the... Talking about me. He talking about me. Here you go. Facts. He would tell you he was all about helping the black YouTuber. But every beef he's had has been black YouTubers. These black dudes. He called Crap, Mooch, and Dilla racist when he left, but he befriends them and say they squashed the beef, but still try to shit on his own people and calls me cooning on the river. Cooning. Shout out, I do. Yeah, you know what I mean? So we got a video here. We got the evidence. We can say, we got the evidence. This what you want? You want the receipts? Look at him. You made me do this shit to you.
Ain't that important? I'm just not with the weird shit, the hate shit, you know what I mean? That shit for lames and weirdos. These girls ain't got no vision, man. And I told, listen, and this is real talk. And I told us the Moss, I'm not Moss, yeah, all the guys, you know, I know I told the Post, I know I told it to Master and I told it to Garrett, you know what I mean? Those same jokes that they're not back in, right? I give you the platform, but it's you that gotta go out there and put in the work, right? You guys are gonna pass them, right? I promise you this. And you're gonna pass them, right? And they're gonna be in the same place talking the same shit. You know what I mean?
You are now in tune with Broad Band Bully.
Look at the link. Look at the link he was sending out.
You are now in tune with Broad Band Bully.
My man got a shop on.
Let's go.
Man, we got him. Got him.
Exposed.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
wow.
buddy.
Ain't that important? I'm just not with the weird shit.
Yeah, buddy.
Man.
Got him.
Yeah, buddy. My man Meg was
Exposed.
you know, I mean, it's crazy.
But let me get this clear.
Yeah.
You were lying and making up things, right?
Yeah, man.
That was what he was claiming?
Yeah, man.
Yo, wait a minute. Because I didn't click the link. I deleted the DM.
When you click the link, it sends you to
The
site
site
to buy YouTube subscribers and Twitter followers. But listen, you know what's crazy? You know jokers go deep. Y'all ain't go deep like my man Carlos Fernandez. He went deep. Hernandez, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
He went to his social blade. You heard of social blade? And he jumped. He had 400 Twitter followers. He went from 400 to 5,000 in one day. Some crazy shit, yo. I'm like, yo.
So the link that was a spam that he thought clicking on it would prevent spam.
Yeah, he made that up on the spot.
Was actually the link to the site he used to better follow.
Thing, right? It gets
That
worse.
everybody got from his DM.
Hold on, it gets worse, right? So K-Mega's damage control, like, okay, I did that to stop spam or whatever, but he says if you click the link, shit will go left. Don't go in deep. But as we can see, when you click the link, you have to do multiple things for it to even do anything.
Yeah,
you have to sign up for that service and all that for that shit to even go live.
Oh man!
So as you can see,
Golly,
motherfucker's
man.
guilty.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh,
got him.
shit.
Yeah, listen.
Hit the
Oh
like
man.
button.
Got him.
In all fairness, though, I would have.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I would have. I would have.
We got him.
We got him.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. You hate to see
You
it.
hate to see it because my bro was doubling down on it, man. He said, grab you by your scalps and do ring
He
around
was
the rosy
hacked.
with your
Somebody
ass.
got his account back.
Yeah, hey, yo, that shit crazy, bro.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
That shit, how you say, that shit is definitely uglier than a masterpiece, nigga. I want to say this, though. Here's my disclaimer. Had I known it was real, I wouldn't even say that. No make it, man, I ain't got no problems with nobody. I was just being jacketed. Hey, stop buying Twitter followers, you slut. I ain't know this shit real. And that's the truth. I know, listen, I know my integrity is always in question, but I didn't think, whatever. I was just joking, fucking with him. I'm always fucking with K nigga, right? I didn't know that shit was real, bro. Like, that shit crazy, man. Man, oh man.
3, 4, 5,000 followers.
Yeah, he went from like 300 to like 4,000 in like a day or some crazy shit.
You ain't even got that many YouTube subscribers. What is
but here's the thing though. He been like, listen, I ain't listen, bro. Like all that shit spooky over there. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna go deep state on him, man. You know.
Well, how about we just move on to the roast session? So Shady's comment that Z is embarrassing, and then Moss, do you want to go ahead and take over?
Yeah, man. I mean, big up to my homie Method Shady. You know what I'm saying? He was out there, capping for K Mega, even though we saw the evidence. So he says Z was an embarrassment. So I had to, man. I said Shady calling anyone embarrassing is like George Jefferson pointing out somebody getting thin up top. Tell that fuck nigga to find a podcast that want him. Jesus.
Yo, shout out to Johansson before we keep going with the $2 holler. He say, so you guys exposed his fake followers and beard.
Yeah, man. My man make a fraud. Yeah, my man out there fraud, man.
Did you want to continue with that, Nethos, with the rest of Methadone Shady?
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go through these tweets one by one and try to hold it after. People. So the first tweet, I think this is his most famous tweet. He's quoting someone named Miranda Sanchez, who apparently works at like IGN or something. Like she's a big up there. She's an editor, I believe. She was talking about how she thinks that Xbox One X is incredible with Anthem, and he says, "You should already have an X, for God's sake. Your job title pretty much demands this. Jesus, senior editor at IGN, and you don't have an X? Weak is too polite. Weak is too polite. Take your job a little more seriously. I'm a podcaster. Maybe the site won't suck as much." Ass.
Damn.
Wow.
That motherfucking a zealot.
So let me interject right here. He wants her to have an X, even though 99% of the Xbox gamers don't have the X.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So that's crazy.
I'm a podcaster. I'm very professional.
You can't help yourself, could you, Craig?
I'm just
putting out numbers. This 99% from.
Just putting out numbers.
No, I'm just saying, Post. Come on now.
No, come on.
I know y'all like
So
that.
you saying only 1%? So you saying only 1% of Xbox fan base have the Xbox X?
The system just came out 2 years ago. It's $500.
No, I'm just saying. If
It was
you
already,
bitch still $500.
it was already 20 when they was reporting numbers. It was already 20 million.
I need proof, player.
Xbox in the wild.
I need proof.
You think
Also think everybody have an X.
Nah, the X.
I don't think everybody have an
S.
X, but I think it's more X's out there than what you giving it credit for.
Post. You think so?
Yeah.
$500?
Yeah, man.
Well, how about we
got
go
more method.
Okay, hold on. We all know that we don't actually pay $500
Shit, I
for
did.
the system. You know, people trade in stuff.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff.
You sounding like so shady right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you sound like so
what?
shady.
The black so shady. Please stand up. Please sound like the black so shady.
We gonna call you Post Shady.
Let me move on. So after this tweet, it blew up. I believe So Shady was kicked off the RDX podcast because of this. So his reply follows: "Apologies to all my agents," which is his followers, that may have been offended by my Twitter activity over the last 24 odd hours. I apparently have had an off day. Happy gaming out there, everyone. So someone replied to him, "This was the time to just put all your chips on the table. You made a point. I didn't agree 100% with it, but you had points in there. Fuck the SJWs. You should have went for the throat. Maybe not your style. Roles reverse. What would have happened? Just saying." And
That's a
so Shady
soccer
replied, "Yes. It's already cost me my RDX spot, bud. I don't really give a shit about others people's opinions. Mine cost me. Live and learn."
Hey, yo. His thumb down in the fetal position. Golly.
Hey, yo, for real. He lost his RDX spot. He said, "I really don't give a shit anymore."
It's already cost me.
Yo, he about to give him more life. Like, this shit already done cost me. He's like, yo.
It gets worse. So someone replied to him like, "Oh, you're off RDX," or whatever. He says, "I decided nothing. Last I checked, it was a month before I heard anything. Just enough time for nobody to give a damn. As of now, I'm not on the show. It's still up to you. It's still up to you whether that changes or not."
This motherfucker like the spoon, bro. I just want to say this. I just want to everybody know, look, this is not a real war. It's not real. We're not catching Sony fans on site pulling up, smacking them with Xbox and vice versa. We're not throwing Xboxes and PlayStations. This is not real, people.
Hey, bro.
Hey, hold on. No, this shit keeps getting worse and worse. Hold up. So someone named Devon on Twitter replied to him saying, "What you said was valid. When working in an industry that you report on daily, you have all the key factors that relates to said industry. I don't think what you said was wrong, pal. To think you have to risk being offensive." And he replies, "Well, tell that," and maybe you have some insight. "Tell that to the invisible hand that bullied Dealer Gaming behind the scenes, as opposed to actually coming to me with their concerns about my Twitter activity. They are cowards, I say, at the best. Two-faced at the worst. Congratulations, though, y'all troll fucks. Your method won out."
This motherfucker having a full-blown conversation with his with corners in his house.
This motherfucker's the invisible hand. What is some James Bond shit? Some Inspector Gadget. Dun-dun-dun. Like, what the fuck hand is he talking about?
Hey, yo.
And do you hear anything behind the scenes?
Nah,
like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
Laquan with the 199. Shady ain't got nothing to lose. Watch out.
Hey, bro. That spoon is
hey, bro, if I get blocked on Twitter, it is what it is. But okay, now we're going Crap Gamer. We were talking about at the time where a few months ago where Crap's been talking shit about Xbox. So the one damaging the Xbox brand or the ones okaying everything Xbox does, I never had a bad word to say about you, but your takes are shittier than what I dropped this morning on my toilet. You preach exclusive games as anti-consumer, and you fail to see no competing kills gaming. My God, can Crap Gamer throw mud? James Greeny replied, "This shady dude damn well knows what would happen to him if he steps out of his little echo chamber of Xbox is amazing, it's the best Twitter hole," which is why he didn't respond long. And Slade says, "Wrong you are. I have better things to do than argue on Twitter all day." I question that. I don't give a fuck about what others think of my takes. I question that too. You really are showing you don't care about the amount of bitching you're doing about crap on your feed. You're acting like a betrayed girlfriend, a cheated on girlfriend. Laugh me off. Get the fuck out of here. And then Sadie replies, "Okay, bud, I made a few comments about how I feel on his opinion. Who gives a fuck? I left his show because I had better things to do," which is lie and cry on Twitter. "I don't have to enjoy his shit, and I can respond to whatever I want on my social media. That crosses my path. Go fuck yourself."
Wait. So he not only got kicked off of RDX,
I know what you like.
Kicked off a crap podcast?
Yeah, because of you, motherfucker.
You were the invisible hand.
Damn.
The plot thickens.
This is a reality.
So can I get an apology from yesterday?
About what?
Was I not doing my job?
Your job was to take down Show Shady?
No, man.
You was the invisible hand?
Look.
Hey, what did I tell you? I told you what Yoshida told me when I first got on the show. I told you what Yoshida told me to do.
Yo.
Hey, bro.
It's not over. It's still not over.
Reality show for real.
So, okay, do you remember back then when Larry Herb announced on that to the 31st through February 3rd, it's a great time to enjoy Xbox Live because it's free. You can play Fortnite for free. You don't need Xbox Live Gold. And Shady replies to this tweet and says, "Yeah, fight for the people that don't represent how you or any of your buddies game. Any of you only play free to play? No, shut up." And no, this is the best tweet.
That's gonna backfire. That's gonna backfire.
So I think he was replying to Colt Eastwood because he felt betrayed or something. So Colt Eastwood was talking about how the PS5 will probably have backwards compatibility, which I think is officially confirmed, right? Yeah. So Shady replied to Colt or whatever and said, "Let Sony sell their own systems. They can open their mouths and say it themselves. Colt can't guarantee nothing here. While a likely thing, Sony has said shit."
Bro. And this is the chat is pointing out correctly that this is Mr. Broomstick's right hand man. And I'm gonna say that
that's true.
If you're a true friend, don't get this motherfucker a spot on the podcast. Get this motherfucker a room at a clinic. he needs to be admitted somewhere, man.
Wait, but let's get this straight. He was on RDX, he was on Xbox Nation, but he's angry if someone's pointing out a feature the PlayStation will have, not what Xbox is doing in the future. Only Sony has to sell their own product, not Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if we go to the next slide, we got Garrett. This was actually
we did it. We covered that yesterday. You skip that.
Yeah, we'll skip over that one. Yeah.
Well, I can read the one tweet though where he says, "Gears is all multiplayer to him, and we have a receipt from Porter Rock that said that was going for So Shady." It says, "That's impressive only to Xbox. Meanwhile, at Sony, this entire gen, we see Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo, and Persona 5. They all are like 20 plus hours, right?" So even though he says Gears is only multiplayer or whatever to him, he says, "I can't play a single one of those games, Neo, Days Gone, with a friend. No thanks."
What are you talking about? Him complaining about multiplayer.
Yeah, so he's complaining that, all you play is multiplayer, yet he won't play a Sony game because they don't play it.
Yeah, that motherfucker fraud, man. They twist
topics. I know what you like.
Yeah, to fit their own agenda. Motherfuckers is weird, bro. Now, what's going on with my man Crap? What's going on with Crap?
Oh, shit.
So, Pause, I'm going to let you take this one, but Crab Gamer the Storm Watcher. To my Florida friends, this looks like it's gonna sit right on top of us pretty much no matter where you're at. Be safe, be prepared, water, meds, flashlight, batteries, etc. Maybe some donations. Another one, F me, he's showing the storm, and post-up replies being messy. Don't fake it like you was affected this time, 2FN. There was never anything to fake about any time. No real reason to joke about it. Kinda sad anyone would think to or say otherwise, but I'm kind of used to it, you assholes in the community on their bullshit.
He said you an asshole.
And Post-up was like, "You was trying to get free Xbox and games, FN. Maybe it's PlayStation this time around, eyes." And GoFundMe, which took down. The Crab Gamer, "I think you're mistaken. My power supply was damaged and other electronics. Considering you weren't there, Post-up, I'd shut up and sit the fuck down. You flat earth bitch."
Yeah. Yo. So my man out there, he's out there chasing the eye of the hurricane.
Yeah, man. Storm chasing, man.
I that man, the extra and twister, you ain't even know.
Yeah, I replied after that too. I say, "You was lying, fuck nigga. They GPS your location. You was in the safe zone." He didn't respond after that, dog.
Hey, I was in the tent with a jar of applesauce, man. 3 raccoons.
Hey, if you wouldn't have known, then you know. Just leave it like that.
Yeah, buddy.
Man.
My man out there, motherfucker. They didn't quit my man Crap out there fraud again. Don't worry, buddy.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Did you get that bill from Carlos Crispin?
Yes. Carlo Crispin with the $5. So Shady makes old Crap Gamer look decent. What a disgrace of a gamer. And Boom is also a fraud.
Yes, sir. I second that emotion. Second that emotion. Now again, let's want to hit this.
Hey, there's good podcasters on all
on many sides, man, on both sides.
And this is FN of the Day a good podcaster?
Oh, shit.
Now, this is my disclaimer. And no, by any way means I am picking on this man. He just got a lot of funny shit, a lot of YouTube gold. We're gonna have a new fuck nigga to probably next week. I know I had him, but he been up here 3 weeks in the world. This motherfucker hot.
It's just the GRG gang. I can't help.
Hey, all right, we gonna move along from GRG. They got a bunch of shit, man. They got a bunch of treasure trove. This shit be funny.
We
man.
fight back.
Yeah, they fight back. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me check this. My man, the fuck nigga of the day, man. Check him out.
Yeah, what's Sony got?
We'll probably play me some State of Decay. Because I like that game. It's a good game. Never said it was graphically demanding, but they keep on adding new stuff, making it fresher and fresher. That's all they do, making it fresh and fresh and fresh. Do more things. Play with friends. Ain't nobody playing nothing over there. What first party titles you can go play with your friend? Now, did the great, what's that old boy name that's leading Sony? Did he say that we need more multiplayer games exclusives? Did he say that? Did he come out and say it? He said they're gonna wing down off a lot of stuff. They want to get back in. They ain't had no good. When the last multiplayer game that they had?
Can't keep his eyes straight. Pupils dilated.
Resistance.
Tweaking.
Nobody. Y'all play. They Sony banked on the third
This
party.
motherfucker eating?
They banked on the Call of Duty.
Make a shirt.
That motherfucker chewing on his gums inside of his lip. You fucked up over there, bro.
That's what they do. They blame it on the Call of Duties. They blame it on this. That's what they use. Oh, this is what we got because that's what people I saw they playing. They had a fighting tournament the other day at Evo, and the damn network went out.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, what is he talking about?
That was the crack pause.
Hey yo, like this shit. Yo, this shit wild with him though, man. Like that shit wild, man. That shit is.
Oh wait, let me read the subtitle for this one.
Oh, that's still in the same slot?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. So he says, "I ain't got no hatred. I don't hate. I dislike."
I ain't know it was another video.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh,
you got so much hatred. I ain't got no hatred. I ain't got no hatred. I dislike. How you know it's Tekken 7? Would you go to Digital Foundry? Because I found a couple of dudes that is way better than Digital Foundry. That states way better facts. It has almost the same setup as Digital Foundry, and they don't work for Eurogamer.
He found them.
Everybody thinks that they are the end all. No. They're not.
What is this nigga looking at, bro?
I don't even know.
They're not the end all.
He always looks off camera.
He about to find a bang. He rolling his sleeve up for him.
Y'all 40p box. Tell me a game. Since y'all in this motherfucker praising. Since y'all in this, y'all ain't praising Sony. Name me a native 4K 60 frame per second game that's on PlayStation. That's made from
LeVar produces videos and shit.
PlayStation Worldwide Studios. Tell me why I take this shot.
Okay.
Tell me. Tell me what game is native 4K.
They say that's Cam make a shirt he has on.
That's what I said earlier.
Why I take this shot.
Yo, this motherfucker here, wow, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta step back from the
yak.
Yeah,
from the yak.
I had some shit ringing in my ear. You wanna get that? We can play the close.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bills. Go ahead, post.
Shout out to, I don't know if we got this already, but shout out to Carlos. Say So Shady makes old crap gamer look decent, but a disgrace of a gamer, and Boom is also a fraud. Shout out to Rakudo Perez. He said $2 with the $2. He said, I want a PS fan to go to EXO wearing a PlayStation shirt.
Oh,
and shout out to SS9, but G with the $2. He said, who is that biscuit lip dude in the background? And shout out, okay, he threw me off with that one. shout out to Joe Hanson with the $2. He said, my boy, the drunk grocery stores. Yeah. The Ruhead with the $3.99. He say he looked like a Muppet. Oh man,
my man be tweaking, man.
Hey, hold on. We have our closing words.
Yo.
Shout out to the Red Dragon.
What? You know what? You know I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Oh yeah, my man Post had to go up under the bus for this one. Yeah,
What?
Buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Look, first it was the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Then it was doing the show. Now you finna close me off looking like a clown? Oh my god.
We got you, man.
You know what? You know, I'm coming to the next meeting. I'm like,
Make sure you hit full screen.
you know what? Y'all finna-
I'm your huckleberry.
There was some differences, and you probably saw this. We were wiring the controllers into the phone for a USB because Bluetooth with all of those devices and stuff was kind of a nightmare. Yeah. But we could take it out, and it's definitely true that a short USB connection from phone to controller is faster than Bluetooth. Like, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. It's definitely true that short
when Captain goes wrong,
connection from phone to controller.
They slowed it down. They chopped it. They chopped and screwed it.
Like, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Oh shit! They had to put LeVon on the. God.
Tim Waffen cluttering with a lot of noise. Enough noise games would disconnect. Probably would degrade. So they had to use Bluetooth, like I said, the hardware at each device.
So they had the hardwire.
Damn, Post.
Nah.
Damn, Post.
Nah.
Yeah, what?
Nah. You know what? First of all, when you in that, hold on, let me get this. First of all, when you in that type of environment,
What are you trying to come back from this?
hold on. No, this I forgot.
Read what he said. Read what he said.
I forgot to respond to this. I forgot to respond. He said, interesting to see how Rolodex settings, Microsoft had the connections hardwired, which was faster than Wi-Fi. How many of you know how wired their phone and they were USB bypass Bluetooth, which also will be faster than what we'll use most. So the reason why
accurate.
is because when you're in that vicinity, you have so many signals going on, radio signals, cellular signals, all that combined can interfere with the Bluetooth signals. That's another reason why they had it hardwired.
What did you say to him though, Post? Z, go to his slide.
I didn't respond. I was supposed to respond to the video. I was supposed to respond to the video.
So ain't nobody gonna check this dude because he definitely got an L.
Yeah, he did get an L because he didn't understand.
What L did you give him?
He don't understand.
Phil Spencer said it himself. They had to hardwire.
Right, and he also said because of the different signals that was going on in the building.
But where was he wrong at? He said everything that Phil said.
The L was because he was trying to use it as if they was, as if it didn't perform well without him.
Come on, brother, not like this.
No, he did it as if it didn't perform.
Everything he said was
Hold on, let's get the heat off Post. Hey Z, share your screen. I sent you something.
He did it as if it didn't perform well without it. As if, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why is because of the different signals that was going on in the building at that time. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
No, we don't.
No, you want me to have it. I was actually going to make a video breaking down signals, Bluetooth technology, and all that. But I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
Z,
that's all right, Post. You can't do it. But, Z, share your screen.
I can't do it. That you disrespectful. I heard that on the low.
No. Okay, so let me go ahead and read it. So, Gran Turismo officially announces 5 million players. Kratos says they never do that. Matt says, players, you say, not sales. Also, just a quick observation. I took a quick glance through the comments, and you know what I don't see? Xbox bashing the game for this announcement. It's just congrats being thrown around the world, but let this have been Forza. And what happened the other day?
What happened?
What happened? What just happened 30 minutes ago, Kratos? What the fuck did you just do?
Grocery store! Grocery store!
Damn!
Protege right there.
What the fuck did you do, Kratos?
Right there.
Hey, wait, listen. 8 million copies sold, 500 million players monthly. That's great.
Whoa,
that's great.
So are those engagement numbers?
No, that shows that Sony is diverse and show you engagement and they show you sales.
You know what's the worst part? Kratos is in this thread too. He said, "Shut up and go watch Inside Xbox, Mass. GT Sport for the win."
Kratos, are those engagement numbers? Kratos, are those engagement numbers?
8 million sold and 5 million played monthly. That's great.
Are those engagement numbers in there, Kratos?
That means Sony covers both. They give you the
Kratos. Can you
the sales?
Can you confirm or deny that engagement numbers are in that tweet?
Perfectly. 8 million sold and 5 million.
You said Sony don't have to talk engagement numbers.
They don't, but they decided to satisfy the Xbox.
But they just did.
The point is, they announced engagement for Forbes and he hated on it. That was the point.
Hey, you know I don't take L's. That's a half a L because I didn't get the 8 million and I didn't get
it's an L divided by 2.
That's a half a L.
It's a lowercase L.
I got an I.
It's a lowercase L.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some tips.
Yeah, you want to just play the ending clip and just head out?
Okay. What's the ending clip? You got another clip? There's another one that's live.
Yeah, it's just my version of that thing.
Okay, my man, the Ruham said not like this post, and I think that's I said. Let me share. Let me get back to the document. God damn, Coonin.
Hell of a show.
Also, before we end the show, everybody in the chat, please on Twitter, if you see a fuck nigga of the day, please tag us in there.
Yes.
Let us know why they're a fuck nigga of the day, and they may make the show.
Yep.
Please send that to the
we'll give you
Bully official Twitter.
We'll shout you out. Yeah.
Send it to the Broadband Bully official Twitter page.
Yeah, put it in the chat. The link to the Broadband Bully Twitter. My man, there we go. Closing with the closing, or the ending clip of the day. Let's go.
Beating my legs up yesterday and today.
I mean, this is lame weirdos. These girls ain't got no vision, man. And I told, listen, and this is real talk. And I told us the Moss. I'm not gonna get all the guys. You know, I know I told the Post. I know I told it to Master and I told it to Garrett. You know what I mean? Those same jokers that you're not back in, right? I give you the platform, but it's you that gotta go out there and put in the work, right? You guys are gonna pass them, right? I promise you this. That you're gonna pass them, right? And they're gonna be in the same place talking the same shit. Talking the same shit. Talking the same shit.
You are now in tune with.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
We've been to need to know one, baby. Let's go. Word around. These niggas trying to check this okay.
Get your ass up, nigga! Got your ass!
You niggas on the space. Playing with these niggas, I ain't with it.
We out of here, man. We catch you guys next week. Best Damn Podcast.